The cello teacher Richard Aaron says the goal is to not hold the bow, but to balance the bow. When we do that, the thumb acts like a shelf that the bow rests on. The cello teacher Irene Sharp has her students practice balancing the bow only on the thumb, and it's a great thing to do to practice. Find the balance point and balance your bow just on the thumb. The bow rests on the thumb. If the thumb is placed on the underneath part of the stick, it acts like a shelf and the bow can rest there. If the bow is placed on the side of the stick, we have to squeeze between the thumb and the fingers to hold it, much like holding a book by squeezing it together this way rather than resting it in our hand. Irene Sharp has her students balance the bow at the balance point and then just flop or drape the fingers down over the bow. There are other ways to make a bow hand, but that makes a very relaxed bow hand. The bow sits on the thumb. The thumb also creates leverage when we put weight from the arm into the bow, where the weight goes down through the fingers and the thumb acts as a lever to direct that weight into the bow. Again, if the thumb is on the side of the stick, in order to do that we have to squeeze a lot between the thumb and the fingers, creating a little extra tension in the wrist, in the hand, in the fingers. Another way to make a bow hand is to rest the bow on your fingers with the stick coming roughly at the second crease on the first and second finger, and the silver ferrule here resting on the second finger, and the bow angling a little bit so it's closer to the tip of the fourth finger, and then simply rolling the fingers to bring the bow in, placing the thumb again on the underneath part of the stick, not on the side. When we balance the bow, the fourth finger, especially in the third finger some, by putting weight down, counterbalance all of the weight that is out here away from the thumb. When we play, the first and the second fingers add weight from the arm down to create the friction we need to make sound. When you play, it's very important that the bow rests on the string, that we don't hold the bow up and touch it to the string, but we let it rest on the string, that we let our arm weight rest down on the string. A wonderful exercise, again from Richard Aaron, is to simply rest the bow on the string and feel it balance. We'll have a different feeling in each of the different fingers. Here at the frog, I feel the bow pushing up into my fourth finger. As I go out, I get to the balance point where it's basically balanced and my fingers hardly do anything. As I get out to the tip, I start to feel the weight of the bow, which is quite light, but I can feel it resting on the thumb, and especially the third and fourth fingers feel extremely light on the bow. Every place in the bow has a different feeling in the fingers as the balance shifts, as it rests on the string and it rests on the thumb. The fourth finger's main job is to push down a little bit to counterbalance the tip, both when we're at the frog and when we pick the bow up. For that reason, the most effective and efficient place to place the fourth finger is not down on the side of the bow, but to put the tip of it on either the very flat ledge right on the top or on the next ledge over that's beveled down a little bit. I put mine mostly on the very top, and I move it down when I need it someplace else. That allows you to simply balance the bow rather than squeeze onto the bow, which creates extra tension in the hand. So try that. You can do it on open strings. Just let your arm rest on the bow, let the bow rest on the string. Feel the balance. Feel which fingers are working, which are not working at all. Take little bows, stopping in each place to feel how the balance is different as you go out and as you go back in. Feeling very light, relaxed, loosen the fingers, only balancing the bow, not holding the bow.